In this video, I'm going to give you 5 cocktails or recipes that you can make using Monin's brand new spiced red berries syrup. Newsflash, it's flipping tasty. So the one thing I love about Monin is you don't have to use too much brain power to work out what's actually in this syrup. If you take a look at the close-up, you'll quite happily see blueberries, red currants, raspberries, some black currants on there, and then your main spices, cinnamon, ginger, and clove. Put that all together and you've just got this lovely, I mean, taking the lid off, the aroma that comes off this, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It is those red berries, those zesty, zingy red berries that just kind of pop up. You get that lovely sort of waft of spice that comes off it. And this complements one of my favorite syrups that Monin have done, which is the winter spice. And if you like, you know, this thing, you'll automatically think of Christmas, of holiday season drinks to go with this. It's very much like what I say about the winter spice. This should be branded up as just like Tiki Spice or something, because these stuff are brilliant all year round. Don't just crack them out during November, December, January. When it gets colder, I promise you, they're flipping good when it's nice, when it's hot, when it's warm weather. They're just great syrups. And I will do another one of these videos as we get into autumn, sort of getting towards Christmas, the festive time in November, December. But you know, you're kind of thinking your sort of mulled wines, your sangrias. We've got a great sort of Pimm's, winter Pimm's lined up with this with some apple juice. But I think that your festive punches and your kind of mulled wine, non-alcoholic mulled wine, or even just pimping your mulled wine up with this, I think this is where it's gonna really come out to play. But I'm going to show you 5 recipes that you can rock out any time of year. So recipe number 1, let's start off really simple, a spiced berry bramble. Brambles are we're sort of shooting this like 1st of August. So brambles are sort of nearly in season, if not already in season, like blackberries, that sort of stuff. So the bramble cocktail will do the rounds. This is a great riff. Gin of choice, lemon juice. I've played about with this. You just, for me personally, just a touch of sugar, just to balance this out with a little bit of sweetness. It's not overly sweet, but it's bursting in flavour. So we've got a little bit of sugar, and then obviously the spiced red berry syrup. Ingredient 1, 50 ml. We're going UK in this video. 50 ml double bubble of your gin of choice. Then we're going for 25 ml. If you've got fresh lemon juice, use it, but we've always got long life, shelf stable lemon juice here. So 25 ml of lemon juice. Then, as I say, just purely to balance out, I'm just going for 5 ml of just normal sugar syrup, gum syrup, and then 15 ml of our spiced red berries. Just gonna whack that all in the shaker, plenty of ice, give it a good shake and serve it up. So I've got a nice tumbler glass with crushed ice. That'll just go in there. We're just going to crown it with a bit more crushed ice. Then to garnish, you know, I'm always about the long life and shelf stable, fat free. We've got a dried lemon, but wait for it. Fresh off the block. These are just samples. They haven't landed quite yet at the time of shooting, but it will be coming really soon. Frona, we've got dried blueberries and dried raspberries there. And there's another product coming very soon as well. So I'm just gonna garnish that with a couple of blueberries on top there, a couple of raspberries, everything in there, long life, shelf stable, never gonna go off, cocktails whenever you want them. Spiced red berry bramble, done. That's way too easy to drink. That lovely spice note that comes up here. If you don't like the spices, this syrup's not for you, but if you love those sort of warming sort of notes that you get in the autumn and the winter, that's just fantastic. Now recipe 2, again, keeping it simple, pimping up the Cosmopolitan. This was just made to go in the Cosmopolitan. Now, you will notice an ingredient here, you're thinking, what's that doing there? Confession, I've got no triple sec and no Cointreau here. I thought I had, but I haven't. But it works out quite well because it's all about what I'm about, you know, inspiration. If you haven't got this, you can use that instead. So I've just got a little bit left here of JJ Whitley's blood orange vodka. And let's be honest, you know, a lot of these triple secs and the like are vodka based anyway, these orange liqueurs. So it's not too far removed. It's just giving you inspiration of what you can use. So I've got a raspberry vodka this time, lime juice, an orange liqueur or, you know, triple sec is quite a high ABV anyway, and Cointreau, you know, they're sometimes, a lot of the time, up at 40% ABV, so they're quite strong. Your cranberry juice, and then your spiced red berry syrup. So still keeping to UK, 50ml double bubble of your raspberry vodka. You could go plain vodka, of course you can, but we're going raspberry. 15ml of your orange liqueur, your triple sec, your Cointreau, Grand Marnier, whatever you've got, 15ml of that. Lime juice, 15ml of that. Cranberry juice, again, you don't want to go too heavy on your cranberry juice. We're going for a 50ml, we're matching the main alcohol. So 50ml double bubble of cranberry juice. And then as the Cosmopolitan is not a sweet cocktail anyway, it's quite a boozy cocktail. I don't use sugar in this one to kind of balance it. So again, for you, I'm just going 10ml. 10ml is enough of this, I promise you, to punch through and give you that flavour. But if you want to go 15, go for it. If you want to go 5, again, go for it. But 10ml is going to be enough for this cocktail. And just before I shake, one final addition, because I haven't done this for ages, you know, or long-time viewers will know that I do like a little bit of froth on top of my Cosmopolitans. I don't like that limp and lifeless kind of thing with cranberry juice gives you on cocktails. So I'm just going, he says, and I've got totally the wrong bottle out. I started a new bottle the other day. We're just going for like 6 drops of this stuff. Distillabund Magic Velvet Foam. There's 2, 5, 6. Now we're gonna give it a good shake. Martini or coupe glass of choice. You do you. Just double strain, as we all do, to catch those little tiny shards of ice. Then the garnish for this is always like the orange zest or you know, flamed orange zest or orange bitters. So I'm gonna do an orange, probably do that on the side for the thumbnail. But again, it's another great opportunity to kind of get the little sort of dried fruits from Frona, raspberries and blueberries, and just kind of float them on top. They'll sit there quite happily. That spice note that just adds to that cocktail. 10ml is absolutely fine in there. Get those warming spices, those warming sort of berries. Delicious. Spiced red berry Cosmo. Done. Now for the third one, I tried this morning. This works quite well. This spiced red berries with tequila. So I'm going for a spiced red berry Tequila Mule. But newsflash, this will also work with vodka. It'll also work with your spiced rums or your normal rums to go for like a spiced rum, spiced berry stormy, that kind of thing. So you don't have to stick to tequila, but I love the tequila bite. I love tequila mules anyway, so this will work superbly well. No need to shake this one. Build straight in a glass, 50ml double bubble of your tequila of choice. 10 to 15ml or a couple of wedges of lime if you've got that at home. So we're using long life shelf stable lime juice. And then again, 10 to 15ml, I'm going 15ml of your Monin spiced red berry syrup. And again, I don't think this is one that you need to balance out with sugar syrup, because at the end of the day, you've got a little bit of sweetness. No matter what ginger beer you use, you've got that bit of sweetness in there. So about 150ml, I normally do sort of 3 to 1. So I've used a 50ml double bubble of whatever spirit. So I would normally go sort of, for a longer drink, 3 times that. So 150ml, give or take, of your ginger beer of choice. Top with some ice. Give it a stir. Then to garnish, we're going to get a Frona dried lime out. I will also complement that with a nice sprig of mint for the thumbnail as well. I think mint in mules, just that lovely sort of mint aroma just works especially well with ginger beer. But really easy. Tequila red berry mule, done. Now as a rum lover, I would obviously prefer that with rum. But I tell you what, that tequila works so well. Tequila and ginger beer is a fantastic combination. It really does work well. It's kind of like I forget the rest of the ingredients, but like a Diablo cocktail. Diablo is like a tequila cocktail with ginger and sort of a cassis, I think it is. But that works amazingly well. If I was going to go rum, I would love that sort of cane juice vibe coming up through that, like an agricole or a cachaça or something like that, a Mexican aguardiente in there. But that, superb. Now recipe number 4, I created this morning using the ingredients I've got here. I'm going to take this recipe away and actually play with it at home in my studio with all the different liqueurs, because I can already see different directions that this could go in. It's just my version of like the Drinkstuff version of a tiki cocktail. So your rum of choice, whatever you've got kind of there. I've gone for some Liquor 43. It's the vanilla liqueur I've got in here. I wanted some vanilla in this, but I didn't want another syrup because I've gone for honey. I originally used sugar syrup and then I swapped it out for honey and it was even better. So we've got honey syrup, we've got some lime juice. Started off with pineapple and then went passion fruit. The passion fruit and the spiced red berries works amazingly well. And then just a bit of soda. So ingredient one, start off with your rum. And as I say, I can't wait to play with different rum blends in this. We just want a 50 ml double bubble of whatever rum. I would probably go a sort of aged rum in this at least, but I can't wait to try this out with Jamaican or like a little bit of Guyana, a sort of Demerara rum, that sort of stuff. So 50 ml double bubble of rum and then 10 ml of liquor 43. I'm probably going to swap this to like a normal vanilla liqueur when I get home. And then 30 ml, 30 of lime juice. 10 ml of honey syrup. If you're making that at home, 2 parts honey, 1 part water to make it even more runny. Honey, but you know me, long life, shelf stable, fat free, buy it in. That's amazing stuff. So we've got that. 10 ml of the honey, 10 ml of the spiced red berry syrup as well. And don't forget for Tiki, this is going to give you your lovely ginger, your cinnamon, your clove notes in this cocktail as well, with that little bit of berry, which is quite evident in quite a few Tiki recipes. Then I did originally go passion fruit puree, but then I brought some, because I was doing some other stuff, so I brought in the old Rubicon here as well. So 50 ml of Rubicon, and I did start off with Monins Le Fruit passion fruit puree, and I did 20 ml of that. But I'm going 50 ml of passion fruit juice or passion fruit nectar if we've got any US viewers. Now, if I was at home, I would 100% flash blend that with the soda or the seltzer water already in it, but ice and shake. Just gonna add 50 ml of your soda. And then Paul, our photographer here, wants me to fill this glass with something really that looks good. So I'm gonna use this glass, but I would probably go for a Tiki vessel or something like that, but just single strain. Cap it with a bit more crushed ice. And then, as I say, I'll make this look good for a thumbnail. I'm gonna go for a sprig of mint. I've got some pineapple fronds in the freezer, but for now, dried lime. Why not? We've got a couple of these sort of, wow, let's leave it at that. The mint and the pineapple fronds will be amazing. I know, pineapple, Frona dried pineapple. There we go. How's about that? And honestly, that is so good. I just want to play about with some different rums in there. I definitely want a Demerara. I definitely want a bit of Jamaican in there. But I get those spice notes from that and the berry notes from that syrup. The passion fruit, I get a little bit of vanilla. That is going to be a fantastic cocktail once I'm done with it, but it's really good now. Now for the final recipe, we've got someone here that absolutely loves Amaretto. So I wanted to play about with the Amaretto Sour. This is not a sour because I'm not using egg white. I actually might use the foamers in this, to be fair. So we've kind of got that. But yeah, working needs the title, basically. Got amaretto, got cranberry juice, got lime juice, we've got the spiced red berries syrup there, and then we've got speculoos, which everyone in Europe and like most of the US know exactly what it is. In the UK, it's like, what is that? The best way I can describe it is, you know, those little biscuits you get in certain coffee shops, like those Lotus biscuits you get with your coffees. It's that as a syrup. Shaken cocktail, amaretto, di Serrano, 50 ml double bubble of that. You could go, I ran out of lemon juice on earlier, to be fair, so I went on to lime juice, but I think this might actually be a little bit of a better shout with lemon juice. But 20 ml of lime juice, 10 ml of the speculoos syrup, 10 ml of the spiced red berries, and already I get those sort of biscuity, called it coffee biscuit aroma coming off that alongside the spice. It's just delicious. Right, and then 50 ml double bubble of cranberry juice. And you know what, while we're here, let's do it. Egg white if you're gonna do it, or what's the other one? Og's egg aquafaba. But we've got these here, six to 8 drops of the foamers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll froth up nicely. Ice, power shake. Then this would be good in a martini or a coupe glass and double strains. But again, we've got to use this glass for some photos. So, and it's a really cool glass to photograph, actually. It looks nothing, but it really pops for some reason. Anyway, just single strain into a tumbler. And then garnish-wise, why break a habit of a lifetime? Dried lemon, and then let's use the rest of these up, the dried blueberries and raspberries. And that is my spiced amaretto berry sour, whatever you're going to call that. I've got a funny feeling out of all of them, take it through to the office, this one would be the best of the bunch for that lot in there.